Rallying is brutal. No room for hesitation. These drivers go flat out on gravel, tarmac, snow and ice. Knowing one wrong move can end everything in a flash. It's high speed, high stakes, and sometimes high drama. Today, we're diving into 10 of the biggest, wildest, and most unforgettable crashes in World Rally Championship history. Let's get into it. We're starting strong with Peter Solberg's monstrous crash in Germany. This wasn't just a spin or a small off. This was a 7-roll, tree-hopping demolition. He and his co-driver went flying through the forest in their Subaru, bouncing off stumps and rolling end over end. Miraculously, the car landed on its wheels, and even crazier, it was still drivable. Solberg called it one of his biggest crashes ever, and still kept pushing. That's the attitude of a WRC champ. Hometown hero Mikko Hirvonen was chasing victory in Finland when everything unraveled. On a fast-flowing stage, his Ford Focus launched into the air and was violently flung into the trees. It was a terrifying crash that ended his rally instantly. The onboard footage is heart-stopping, but what's even more incredible is that both he and Jarmo Lehtinen walked away with barely a scratch, thanks to WRC's cutting-edge safety designs. When Chris Meek is driving, you expect the unexpected. In Argentina, a hidden rock caught him off guard at high speed, launching his Citroën C3 into a massive roll. The car flipped, smashed and crumpled, but his team got it rebuilt overnight. Meek was back the next morning, pushing just as hard. It was a perfect example of rally resilience, both mechanical and mental. The late Ken Block, known for Gymkhana madness, found himself on the wrong end of a vicious crash in Portugal. His car hit a rut and barrel-rolled off the stage in one of the most violent wrecks of his WRC career. Block and co-driver Alex Gelsomino were badly shaken, but escaped serious injury. Afterward, Block said it was one of the hardest hits he'd ever taken. The footage speaks for itself. Pure mayhem. As WRC entered the hybrid era, Adrian Formeau gave the new safety cells their first real test. During Monte Carlo, he misjudged a corner and flew off the road at speed. The crash was huge, but the crew walked away unscathed. It was a strong debut for the new generation of rally cars, and a brutal reminder that Monte Carlo never forgives mistakes. Ask any fan what crash comes to mind when they hear Latvala, and they'll say this one. Jari Matti came into a jump a little too hot, clipped a bank and rolled down a hill, over a fence for more than 100 meters. It was a devastating hit, but somehow he and his co-driver were unharmed. Latvala later called it the biggest crash of his life. Watching the footage, it's easy to see why. Thierry Neuville's crash in Chile was pure chaos. While pushing for the championship lead, his Hyundai hit a rut and rolled violently off the stage. The car disintegrated as it tumbled. Wheels, body panels, everything flying. Neuville and co-driver Nicolas Gilsol were visibly shaken but checked out okay after a hospital visit. Possibly the biggest crash of Neuville's career and a heavy blow to his title campaign. In one of the more heartbreaking crashes, Tommi Mäkinen was battling for the win when he lost it on the final corner of the stage. The Subaru tapped a bank with the rear wheel, sending it spiraling off the road. Tommi was furious. He knew the corner well, had driven it before, and just misjudged it. A small mistake, but a massive price. Retirement from the rally and a blow to his championship hopes. Ott Tänak's crash in Monte Carlo is the definition of terrifying. At 180 kilometers per hour, his Hyundai i20 flew off the road after hitting a bump he didn't see in recce. The car launched off the mountain, rolled violently down the slope, and landed in a mangled heap. Unbelievably, both Tänak and co-driver Martin Järveoja walked away. No injuries, just a wild story and a destroyed rally car. The crash made headlines worldwide. Modern WRC safety systems proved their worth that day. Last but not least, Elfyn Evans experienced a brutal crash in Mexico. Mid-stage, his car hit a bump wrong, got airborne, and rolled hard. The Ford Fiesta landed in pieces, crash damage everywhere. Evans later said it was a massive off, but both he and his co-driver were okay. The rugged terrain in Mexico takes no prisoners, and this crash was a reminder of just how little margin for error there is at the highest level. So there you have it, 10 of the biggest, baddest and most jaw-dropping crashes in WRC history. From the forest flips to mountain dives, these moments remind us why rally is the most dangerous and thrilling motorsport on Earth. What's incredible is not just the violence of these crashes, but the survival stories. Thanks to decades of innovation, these cars have become absolute fortresses. The drivers, as fearless as ever. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe, and tell us which crash shocked you the most. Got another one you think we missed? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next stage.